Morning everybody. So our story today is still staying with Moses and the Israelites. They'd been in the desert for a long time and they'd gone through an awful lot together. Today we hear about the next story, and this is perhaps one of the most important stories for us with Moses. 3 months after the children of Israel had left Egypt, they reached Mount Sinai, where God had first spoken to Moses. They set up camp in the desert at the foot of the mountain. Moses went up to the mountainside to be quiet and to pray to God. As he prayed, God told him that in order to show the Israelites that Moses was their chosen leader, God was going to speak to Moses in front of them all. I'm going to come to you in a thick cloud. The people will hear me speaking to you and put their trust in you. God told Moses that the Israelites were to prepare themselves to become before God. They were to wash their bodies and their clothes. They must be pure in every way. Then they were to come to the foot of the mountain, but go no further. So Moses instructed the Israelites to do all God had told him. He made a boundary line around the foot of the mountain, which the people were not to cross. 3 days later, there was a terrible thunder and lightning, and fire on the mountain caused billowing smoke to form a large, dense cloud. The whole mountain shook violently, and a sound of trumpets pierced the air. The children of Israel were terrified. Then Moses went up to the mountain to listen to the Lord. God gave Moses 10 commandments, or laws as they're known, to tell his chosen people. These were rules about the correct way to behave. If people obeyed the rules, they would live happily and peacefully together and with God. But if they disobeyed the rules, their relationship with God and each other was going to be difficult. God told Moses, "You must not worship any other God except for me." He did not want his people to make anything or anybody more important in their lives than him. He told them not to worship other idols or to use his name in a bad way. Remember to keep the Sunday, the Sabbath day, special. The Lord wanted those who believed in him to set aside that day of the week to rest and worship him. It was to be a holy day or holiday. God went on to say that everyone should respect and honour their parents, and children should do what their mums and dads thought best for them. God told Moses that those who believed in him should not kill or hurt anybody. They mustn't steal and they mustn't lie. They should not want something else that somebody else has. Be grateful for what they have in their lives. And for those who are married, to live together and remain faithful to each other always. God engraved those laws onto 2 big stones, and they were called tablets. And he told Moses that all those who obeyed the laws and worshipped him would be blessed. Well, that's quite a story, isn't it? And in many ways, we still do our very best as people of God to follow those rules. We try to be kind, we try to look after each other and be respectful to others. So, now I need you to go off and get some of your craft things. You need a piece of white paper, some pencils, some colouring pens, perhaps some stickers. You will need some scissors, and you'll need a dark coloured piece of paper that's different. And you will need someone to help you because you've got to draw around your hands. I'll see you in a minute. Right, everybody, craft time. Can you hold up both your hands? There we go. Now we're quite lucky because we've got 10 fingers and on our hands, haven't we? 4 long fingers and 2 little thumbs. So I thought that was a really good way to try and remember the 10 laws that Jesus has asked us to follow and God and Moses set out for us to follow. So first of all, you need a piece of paper. I suggest you fold it in half and get a grown-up to draw around your hand with you and help you cut it out. And when you open it out, you should have a pair of hands, or you can draw 2 hands and cut those out, whichever you prefer. Just like this, 2 hands, okay? Now, once you've got your 2 hands ready, what I'd like you to do is just put a little bit of decoration on them, okay? And on one hand, write God's laws, and on the other hand, write for us. Fantastic. Right, next thing you need is that other coloured piece of paper. Now, I've chosen red because I like red. It's one of my favourite colours. So, you stick your hands onto the red paper. Okay? Please bear with me a minute. I haven't been lucky enough to get my glue stick this morning, so I've used some double-sided tape. So it might take me a little while. I think I'm there. It's very sticky. Right, I'm going to place one hand on one side of the paper, and then on the other side of the paper, I'm going to put the other hand. And because I've drawn it quite with my fingers open, it will make it easy for the next part of our craft. Okay, there goes the other hand. Right. So the idea is that we are going to put God's laws on top of our fingers. Okay, so there you have my hands. Okay, so what you need to do is on some little pieces of paper, you need to write each law. So the first law, which is going to go on the little finger, says love God the most. Okay, so I put that one down. Love God the most. And the next one says put God first. So that one gets stuck onto the next finger. The next law says love who you are married to. There we go. That goes on the next finger. The next law says always speaks God's name in a good way. That goes on the next finger. And then the next one is keep Sunday special. That one's going on my thumb, so I'll put that one down. There we go. The next one says do not take what is not yours. In other words, don't steal. Okay, so stick that on your other thumb. There we are. Love your parents. That's it. Always tell the truth. Put that on the next finger. Never hurt anybody. And the last one for your little finger is be happy with your life and not want someone else's. There we go. That's the last one on the little finger. So once they're all stuck together, there they are, all over your fingers. And that's God's laws for us, like he told Moses all those years ago on the mountain. Have a fantastic week. I'll see you next week. It's harvest celebrations next week, so we'll be doing something a little different. Take care. Bye-bye.